Hi there, time for a metals commodity technical analysis, a technical analysis on gold and silver, and I'll also do an analysis on copper, palladium and platinum. So let's start off with gold. Like all my videos, I always keep the idea on the chart of the previous setups. Yes, we had a bullish run and now we are in a bearish move. Pulling back into this trend line was what we expected, and that is what was happening last week. It takes quite some time, to be honest, and the dollar index is getting more momentum. So with that being said, maybe we can follow through with this downfall. Let's zoom into the daily chart here. Yes, so we moved in steady back to the trend line. I think if we can draw in something like this, let's see. It's not really clear price action. I think this is better because we have this touch here and then this fake out here, and then we came in again, and then we finally broke through, retested this trend line on the 4-hour chart, and we are now officially moving away from this bigger trend line. So yeah, let's keep it a little bit clean on the charts here. Okay, so this setup is the setup. I'm still bearish, and we had a corrective move, so bearish continuation. So if you are into this trade from earlier on, then I would stay in the trade personally. There is quite some room left to the downside. Price reacted, forming support over here, which is quite obvious because it was resistance in the past. So let's see if we can retest this support level and break through actually. And then of course we are looking for new structures, so maybe we get back for a retest again, a retest of this support becoming resistance. And also by the time that happens, this trend line will come into play one more time. This is a trend line this is not really like, this is a pin bar, but this really was a break out of the trend line with a close above it, and then after immediately we fell back down. So the reason for that is that this resistance level acted as a strong resistance. So the reason price reversed, even though it did break the trend line, there was a reason for that. From a horizontal support and resistance perspective, the trend never changed. Just a deep pullback in the opposite direction of the trend, which is up, and the trend is down. So yeah, that's what's happening now, and well, this is actually ready to go. This setup is ready. It just happened, so interesting to see what happens on Monday. And there is, like I said, still room to the downside. So let's shift over to the silver chart. Kind of the same situation. A high followed by a lower high, and then the lower lows started to come into the market as well. I think I'm gonna adjust this for now. Here it is. Okay, well, I would like to see if actually a further pullback first. Let's see how high this came in. Okay, yeah, I prefer gold over silver in this setup because this is, to me, still has some room left to continue the corrective move. There are some levels where price will likely bounce off to first get in a little further. So it's not the ideal setup, but overall I'm not expecting this to get bullish anytime soon. So let's see what happens from here on out. I prefer to trade this to the downside, obviously. And the potential in this trade would be, let's see how that looks. Yeah, I think there's some room left for these levels over here to be retested. Something like this, where support was met, resistance, later on support, and I think that can act as support one more time for the near future. So yes, I think we're still overall, both gold and silver, I am personally, my view on the daily time frame is that I am bearish. So let's go to copper. Let's see how that looks. Not really moving that strong, that convincing, but same kind of setup. It's getting more and more in some kind of consolidation. So This consolidation phase was over. We were making some lows, and now we are in this consolidation once again. So actually the setup I put on here earlier on, this level is very hard to break from the weekly time frame. So we are still consolidating just below this trend line over here, and below this very obviously strong support level. So from a momentum perspective, I am not really, you know, it's not the best setup if you ask me. Gold is my favorite at the moment. So let's see, let's see what happens. So if you had to pick, looking, this is the daily chart. This corrective move back into this area and also back into this previous resistance levels seems to be complete, where price sold off, breaking this support, breaking this trend line, retesting the trend line actually, and could be heading lower, but no, I'm not convinced that this was the real support. I think support is being formed here at the moment. So like I said, not the ideal setup. A lot of insecurities for market direction. I see this one make one more move back into this trend line before making a real push lower. But if that doesn't happen, we are quite in the middle of this range now. So if this retest pattern holds and we continue to move lower, then that is the setup. So it's kind of in order. The best setup was first to me. That was obviously gold. Then silver was a little less, and this is even less. So let's see what we get from the other ones. Platinum over here. This is the daily chart. Let me take a look on where we are coming from the weekly chart. Okay, this was an obvious pin bar. Price does not want to be here. That's interesting. Another attempt didn't come that high, so this is actually the first signs of this market shifting. And now bulls and bears are struggling down here to find some direction. Are we going up? Are we going down? Price is getting pushed around a lot, and this is an important area to be watching, and this is an important area. Price is on the weekly chart in the middle of that range, so it's not the ideal place to be trading. This is some kind of support, and this is a declining. This is the daily, so if we want to get a little bit more information on here, kind of looks like this is what we should be dealing with. This is it's funny. This is the least up until now I would be willing to trade. Yeah, it's not really interesting. It's not really trending. It's a hard, tough reversal. It's kind of tough to get into this. I would skip this one for now, but of course we want to get a view of the total metals market. This was a setup idea in the first place because we had this rally up here, then we broke through that resistance and we are going for a retest, but that retest was actually preferably it stopped over here. Now that we broke through, I didn't take this trade. I didn't really like it, so this is not on anymore. Even though maybe it is on still a little bit, because we did not break this resistance level over here yet. So it kind of looks like we are turning around a little bit in this market. So on the 4 hour it looks kind of like this. Nah, I would skip the last 2 or 3. I would really focus on gold and silver. Those are the best setups if you ask me. Yesterday I did a video on Forex, so also some interesting setups on Forex are on. But keep this one in mind. The start of this video, this is to me the best setup, and also the cleanest chart to be trading. And to finish off this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. I'm here to help. I try to provide daily content, sometimes about educational stuff, about trading strategies, or how to build your own strategy, or how to improve your strategy. Technical analysis is one thing, and you can find a lot of information about technical analysis, and that's something I really do offer as well. Something I want to emphasize is the risk management part of trading. I see a lot of people out there on YouTube and Instagram talking about the technical analysis being right, being wrong. It's not about being right, being wrong. It's all about opportunity. Get into the opportunity. if things turn out you expected it to be, you have a winner. If things turn out differently, make sure you protect your capital by placing a stop loss. It's not winning or losing, but it's just doing the things you should be doing to stay in this game for the long run. And of course, if you have any questions, please comment below, and I will be happy to try to give an answer in the following videos. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.